Hello, welcome to what is a slightly different episode to what I normally do, or a slightly different series to what I normally do. As you'll be able to see from the title of this video, I'm going to be doing a little bit of a rant about my club, Norwich City. It's something I didn't think I was going to be venturing into this sort of thing at this point in the channel's sort of progression, but I've kind of got to the point with Norwich now as a club. And because I care so much about them, I want to do this video. There's going to be two parts to it. There's going to be one which is complaining about the squad and the playing style and the manager. And then there's going to be a second part to it where I'm going to be talking about the fan base as a whole. Some people may not like this. Some people will completely disagree with some of the opinions I have on here. And I'm welcome to chat to as many Norwich fans as possible, because this is the whole point of the channel. I want to interact with football fans. I want to chat to people and to find out your opinions. So if any Norwich fans have got something they want to say, or if anybody else has got anything they want to say about this, then please do. I am all ears. Now, the first part I want to talk about is obviously the game has literally just finished. We've just lost 1-0 to Swansea. Another pathetic display from every single player on that pitch. It's getting to the point where we're sort of becoming like a team like Aston Villa, where the players look as if they've completely given up and clueless in terms of how they can turn this around. Every single interview at the moment just seems to be, well, we just didn't get the luck today. We didn't know what we were doing. You know, we need to pick this up. We need to turn it around next week. We need to go again. It's got to the point where Norwich fans are getting fed up. We're seriously getting fed up with how the team are playing. Now, I'm one of those people that I've supported the club in League One. I've supported the club when I first started. I started going to games when I was very, very young. We were quite frankly an awful team. So I've been there through the ups and the downs, and I will continue to support Norwich until my last breath, because they mean so much to me. They are one of the main reasons why I get from A to B at the end of the day, because I live and breathe for everything to do with this club, and it makes me so angry when I see certain players and certain things happening on the pitch where there's no effort, there's no passion, there's no desire. There's nothing about what the club does and how things are done on the pitch that makes me as a fan feel like the players care as much as we do. Now, today's game is just another classic example of where fans have paid good money. Well, I mean, the tickets were on discount today, but that's besides the point. Fans pay good money to come home and away for this club, and there's so many things that happen that the effort and everything is just not there at the moment. The players just seem completely clueless. The manager is trying too much, in my opinion, to change everything around. We look like we're doing okay in some spells, and then we don't in others. And because we have some minor blips in games where the concentration isn't there or we haven't scored, it's like, right, let's change 3 or 4 personnel. Let's change the tactic. Let's change the formation. Let's change the style of play. We've had too many times this season where us as Norwich fans don't have a clue about the formation and the team that we're going to be playing with. No one knows. I mean, you speak to like a West Brom fan, for example, and they know how they're going to set up. They know the formation. They know the style of play. Yes, it's not attractive, but it gets the job done. Bournemouth, exactly the same. You know the starting 11. You know the style of play. They have an identity and a way of getting things done. Every single club has a way of playing. We fit into that category where we do not know what type of style we play. We're not defensive. We're not attacking. We're in that in between where no one knows how to play. No one has a clue about the style we're meant to have and the direction we're meant to have. And it is partly down to the manager, but it is partly down to the players as well, because after the manager's told you the tactics and told you what you need to do, as a player, you have a responsibility to go out onto that pitch and perform. And at the moment, we're not doing it. The players, as I said, just seem completely inept of what to do. And that's just the first part of this. The players and everything is just a complete side issue. The fact is that this club as a whole is, I feel, on a bit of a downward curve. And it's been happening over the last couple of years, and the promotion via Wembley last season just kind of paved over the cracks of what is going on at this club. And to be honest, I think the fans are a major part of it. I think we are a major blame. The amount of times where I go onto social media and see negative comments and just bad things to say about the club. Whenever we have a negative result, it's always people in the comment section going, liquidate, go bust, don't bother coming back on until we get a result. People like you are what are making this club at the moment in a negative spiral. Your whole ethos and your whole attitude towards our club is what is dragging us down. It's, you know, that's just my personal opinion, and we as fans have got to step up and make Carrow Road a fortress again, because it is not a place that you come to now and think we're in for a tough game. The atmosphere at Norwich has been absolutely shocking for the last 3 or 4 years, because us as fans do not come to games to enjoy it. No one around me, and I sit in the lower Barclay, no one around me enjoys the match. Everyone is chatting amongst themselves. Everyone's talking about the game. Oh, we need to do this, we need to do that. Everyone is moaning at all times during the game. And you might get a 5-minute period where suddenly the atmosphere picks up, but that's just not good enough. It's a problem that England as a country has in terms of their fans and their support. Other countries go to a game to celebrate what is happening. They go there to enjoy themselves and to be passionate, to make noise and create an atmosphere that gives the bounces off the players, and the players bounce off that. You get a reaction from the players, so you sing and you do more. As a country, we don't do that, and Norwich is a classic example where within the first 5 or 10 minutes, if things aren't going our way, the fans will turn off. They switch off just straight away. There's no next gear with our fan base. It is so negative, and people start to panic straight away. And I mean, to be honest, the relegation side of things, yeah, we might well go down. Fair enough. I'm not one of these fans that is adamant that we have to be in the Premier League, we have to be doing this, we have to stay up. I don't care. I could follow Norwich in the conference. I honestly wouldn't give a shit. I could not give a fuck whether or not we were in the lower league. Honestly, could not give a fuck. If we were in the conference, League 2, I've followed Norwich down in League 1. I do not care. My problem is that I want to see passion on the pitch, and I want to see commitment from our players. And at the moment, we're not showing that. And the fans are a major part of it, because we drag the team down in certain games. When we need to kick on a gear, we do not make Carrow Road a fortress. We don't. It's as simple as that. We do not make Carrow Road a fortress. And the number of away games that I've been to in the last year and a bit, where the atmosphere has been so flat from our away fans, and people always go on about, oh, what great support from Norwich. We took 2,000 to such and such. We took 2,500 to da-da-da. I don't give a fuck whether or not we take 50. If you don't create an atmosphere, what is the fucking point of you turning up to a game? What is the point? Away fans, you're meant to cheer your team on. You're meant to drown out the home support. We don't as a club. I went to Birmingham away last year, and we drew 0-0. Granted, it wasn't the best game of football in the world, but there was like 100 of us singing out of about 2,500 people that travelled to Birmingham. I lost my rag on Twitter, and I called our fans pathetic, because quite frankly, our fans are pathetic. We are the biggest bunch of moaners I have ever seen. And you know, I'm not pulling any punches here. We as a fan group have got to look at ourselves and think about the atmosphere that we're taking into Carrow Road, because it is toxic. It really is toxic, and it's such a negative atmosphere. There's literally nothing. You try start a song in the Lower Barclay, and you get about 5 or 10 people look round at you, like, what the hell are you doing? What are you even trying to do? And that pisses me off. I don't enjoy going to our games anymore, and it's because of the fans. The fans at the moment really annoy me. The club has got a responsibility to try and help certain projects out as well, and I'm picking this tweet out that I'm looking at right here. Neil Thompson, if you don't follow him, do so, because this guy talks so much sense, and he's part of things like the Barclayan project. Now, this thing, I am done with shite atmospheres, fair weather fans, moaning fans, happy clapper fans. Is exactly right. He's gone on a bit of a sort of like a little bit of a mini rant here, that it's just, there's certain things that have happened with our club where people have tried to get some atmosphere and something generated, but the club blocks every sort of movement. He's on about here, this tifo that Watford fans done together. It's little things like that where we get told, no, you can't do that, it's against health and safety. It's absolute crap. Watford fans are allowed to bring in flags into the game. They're allowed to generate an atmosphere. They drum up, and it helps build the atmosphere during the course of the game. We can't do that as a fan group because we get told by the club X, Y, Z are the reasons why it can't happen. Does it have an impact on our fans? Maybe, because some people have tried to get an atmosphere going and it hasn't worked. But we as fans have got to look at ourselves and either say we're behind this team no matter what, or we're not. If you're not, stay the fuck away from Carrow Road, because your negative atmosphere is dragging the club down. I've held in talking about this sort of thing for a long time now, but I've got to the point where I've read so much negativity. And granted, yeah, I mean, you probably go through some of my tweets and someone's going to come back with me saying, well, you said this, and you know what, you're partly right. And tweets are one thing, but when you're at the game, that's what I'm talking about. I want people to support their team. I want passionate fans. If you're one of those people that's just coming to the game to have a moan, stay away. Please stay away, because there are people who are lining up to get tickets who want to come to Carrow Road to make an atmosphere. The Barclay has got to the point now where it's just full of people who are just there because they claim to be in the Barclay and I create atmosphere, I'm in the Barclay. No, you're not. No, you're not. As said, I sit in the E block. I try to sing with a couple of the people around me, and nobody else joins in. Just pathetic. That's meant to be the one area of the ground where some atmosphere is generated, and it just doesn't happen. This rant has gone on a little bit longer than I thought. I've got a little bit I might do more of this sort of stuff based on other things. But as I said, this is my club, and that's why I'm so passionate about it, because it means so much to me. And at the moment, I think people are too worried about this and where we are in the table, and they're not enjoying what's going on. Football is meant to be enjoyable. You're meant to go to the game to have fun. Create an atmosphere. Be a part of the solution, not being the problem. I'm DJ MFM. Until next time, adios.